apartheid began in 1941, and it was a racial hierarchy that gave white people the ability to vote. Without apartheid, we will be able to freely interact with whom we want. We will be given the same privileges as the white people, and we will be provided with more opportunities. I was born in the village Mvezo as Rolilala Mandela on July 18, 1918. I went to primary school in Kunu, and like all the other children, I was given a Christian name, which was Nelson. When I was just 9 years old, my father died. Shortly after he died, my mother brought me to the capital of Thembuland. There, I learned that Jongintaba, the chief of Thembuland, had offered to become my guardian. I was treated as if I was another one of his children, and he was one of my first heroes after my father. I admired the way that he ran the democracy in Thembuland. When he held his meetings, everyone who wanted to speak did so. It was democracy in its purest form. There may have been a hierarchy of importance among the speakers, but everyone was heard. Chief and subject, medicine man and shopkeeper, landowner and laborer. People spoke without interruptions, and the meetings lasted for many hours. As I grew up, I went to the University of Fort Hare to get a Bachelor in Arts, and then studied law at the University of Witwatersrand. My education was interrupted when I had come to realize that apartheid was a way of life and that it was not right. So year after year, laws were introduced that gave white people more power. So in 1944, I decided to join the African National Congress, also known as the ANC, to fight for our freedom. We had 3 goals. We wanted black people to have the right to get full citizenship. We wanted them to be able to buy land, and we wanted to abolish apartheid. Afrikaner National Party's goal was not only to separate South Africa's white minority from the non-white majority, but also to separate non-whites from each other and to separate black South African tribes so that their political voice was weakened. Being a resistance leader, many of my colleagues and I were arrested for advocating against apartheid. I was incarcerated from 1963 to 1990. Fortunately, my arrest brought a lot of international attention, and it helped gather support for the anti-apartheid cause. In 1990, the president of South Africa, F.W. de Klerk, released me from jail because of all the international pressure he was receiving. I was involved in a series of negotiations that eventually led to the building of the democratic constitution and the first free election in South Africa's history. Although South Africa has made it this far, there are many other nations in the world that deserve the same equality that we have earned. For example, in Israel, Israeli citizens are taking advantage of the Palestinians and using them for cheap labor. Now it is our job to join forces and to fight for their freedom.